It's time for my third and final yoga update. So if you've been following me through this month, then you know that I've been participating in the Yoga with Adriene January series called True. And this is our last update. It's hard to believe, but we're at the end. I finished the series a couple days ago, and I'm here to tell you my thoughts on, my time since the last update, but also how I'm feeling just overall. But before we get into everything, I do want to acknowledge that you did not get an update from me last week. And that's because, in all honesty, I forgot to do it. So that happened, and when I realized that I had forgotten to do it, I mean, these are bonus videos, okay, so it's not like I forgot one of my regular video. They are something a little extra, but I had told you that I was gonna update you each week, so I was kind of like annoyed and frustrated with myself, like, how could you forget to do that? But as I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, that's actually a really good sign, because it really shows that I'm doing this series because I want to, and that's my priority, and then I'm sharing it with you just to give you some insight, because I think it can be really easy for something like this to turn into, well, I just gotta do it so I can share it with people, and so you're not really doing it for yourself, it's more like a performance type thing. So I'm glad that I forgot about it, really, because it means that was not my priority. It was just to do it so I could talk about it. I was doing it for myself and what I wanted to get out of it. Now, as far as this most recent chunk of practices since my last update, I felt like it was a real shift in this last week and a half or so. And I felt like it was a shift physically and mentally. I really felt like in that kind of third week time period, around day 20, 21, around there, just that it was really starting to become a routine for me, that like this yoga thing is a part of my day, it's a part of my life, it's a part of how I live my life, and it's something that I look forward to. It didn't feel like something that I had to do. It just really was becoming more of my routine. I was kind of creating that little groove in my day and in my mind that this is a thing that is going to happen and that we're going to make time for, and it's just like anything else I do to take care of myself. It's just something that needs to happen. And that's really exciting for me, because that was one of my big goals when I started out, was to establish more of a routine with doing yoga consistently, not necessarily doing it every single day, but having it be more at the front of my mind is that's a thing that I want to be a bigger part of my life, something that I want to make time for more consistently. So I was really excited to see that change. And then also in that same time period, I felt a real shift in my body. I just kind of realized all of a sudden how much stronger I was getting and how much more confident and comfortable and capable I was feeling. And that's something obviously that's been happening gradually, but it just kind of hit me in, I don't know which day exactly it was, but I was just doing it and I feel like I'm, definitely at a different place than I was physically than when I started this. So that was really exciting too. Now, when it comes to specific practices that I really, really liked, there were 3 that stood out for me, and they all were one day after the other. So it was day 20, 21, and 22. All 3 of those I loved. For whatever reason, I mean, those just were, and they just happened to line up that way, with the way she planned it, that those were ones that really were good for me, but they're great, and so I've set those aside as ones that I will do in the future. And then reflecting on the experience overall, I mean, I can just say that I'm so happy that I did this. I really think that it made a really positive change for me in all of the aspects that I've been talking with you about, for this past month. It really, really, really was beneficial, and I just feel so much better because of it. So I'm so glad I did it, and I'm so glad that I told you that I was going to do it, because especially in the beginning, it did give me that little bit of a push to kind of get the ball rolling and actually commit to it, because I had put it out there that it's a thing that I wanted to do, and so that was really helpful for me. And moving on from here, now that True is over, I'm still doing yoga. I didn't just stop when the last day was done, because it is something that I really realized just how much benefit I get from, and I could really see the impact it was having. So Adriene did put out a calendar for February, and so I am following along with that, which I find that really, really helpful for me, because one thing with at-home practices, any type of exercise really, is something that kind of gets in my way is not knowing what to do. Like with her channel, there's tons of videos, tons of options, but I'm like, okay, well, what am I gonna pick? Or even with any other at-home workouts, which DVD or workout series do I want to do? So having that schedule schedule. It's kind of like going to a class. Like if I go to a workout class, the teachers there have something structured that they want me to do. Having that calendar just helps take out that like, oh, I've got to swim through all of this sea of content and figure this out. It's like, nope, this is the one for today. So if you're gonna do yoga, look at the calendar, this is the practice for today. And that really makes a big difference for me and makes it so much easier for me to make it happen. So I hope you've enjoyed these extra videos and hearing how my experience has been with True. And I'd love to hear in the comments, how are you feeling now that the month is over? Are you still working through the videos at your own pace, or have you finished as well? Which ones stood out to you that you really liked? I'd love to hear all that kind of stuff. And if you happen to be new here, I normally talk about food and nutrition stuff because I'm a dietitian, but these kinds of things get thrown in the mix every once in a while here too. So if you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and videos like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And if you wanna watch some more videos, I have a couple linked over here that you might like. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.